Friends, there is a statement that Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. Everyone questions how can there be one when we see many. But if I say Mr. X is one single body, they accept. Then he will say that I see that. Don't abuse me, I can't hear it, he may say. And he may do so many things. And he may run, walk, sit. In all this, only Mr. X is doing all this. So we think that there are a lot of sounds which he hears, there are a lot of people he sees, there are many things he himself tells. I am hearing this, I am seeing this, I am doing this, I am running. So many activities are done. That is his varieties. He can paint, he can eat, he can do something. So many activities also outside he has done. It's his creation. When he walks, runs, everything is his only. But who did it? Mr. X. We accept all that there is only one person doing all these activities. Then it is something similar. He is beyond creation, but still, if you see in the creation, there is only one thing going on, which is felt as many. It's exactly the same. It is not Vedanta, it is the truth. We can't negate it first. How will you negate that my seeing is different because various people are there? So many people talk to me, so my hearing is different from my seeing. Because I tell all this, my mouth utters few words which is different from my hearing. And I have created this doll, so that is different. My that is different. My this is different. And walking, maintaining the body. All these things are effects and counter effects of one person. So similarly, everything is one which pulsates as many. Do you follow this? So when great people try to tell us that there is only one thing, which is many, and a human mind comes to the forefront and questions why there are poor people, why there are rich people, why there is that, why this is, why that is, why this. These questions can never be answered. Why you get up, why you awake? Don't question, close your eyes and sleep. I can tell also why he questions, isn't it? So once this human mind questions, there is no end to questioning. And nothing can be answered because everything is a pulsation. How will you answer a pulsation? Can you answer how you feel this air created out of this fan? It's cool, it's nice, it's windy, it's fresh. Only these words you can tell. Can you answer? There is no answer. It's a feeling which you express. So every question is out of mind which cannot be answered. But the truth is truth. If you think deeply that many of your actions are out of what I call reflexes. So how will you answer this? Why you did like this when a mosquito bites? You are not conscious even. Why you do like this when something passes in front of you? Why do you do like this? So these are all activities of reflexes which you can't answer. It is happening. It's real. So today's quiz, if children are asked, say three generations back it would have been, who is Rama, who is Krishna, who is that, maybe 3 generations back. Maybe 2 generations back it will be, suppose you are married, how will you treat your wife, how will you treat your father, mother. Last generation would have been, where will you go for job, will you study and do this, or will you, after marriage you will get away from your parents and live separately. Today's quiz for children will be, come on, tell me, in X country, how many rocket launchers functioned? How many deaths happened? How many people were admitted to hospital? If this is the situation we are going through, this will be the latest quiz, honestly, because no other education is given anywhere else except deaths. So many people were admitted in hospital, this many people, this missile power, that power, this power, fire power. Where we are leading our children, and how are we going to create faith in the system of the world? The whole world order is getting shaken because of all this. Let me not tell that you have to go back to tradition and know Rama. It's better to know Rama than know how many people died in this place, isn't it? At least that much. But today's problem, you tell me what is the answer. You can ask me why this firepower. How will you going to stop these religions are fighting this that? They feel the oneness of religions. There is only one answer, Ekamaiva Advitiyam Brahma. There is nothing else for this world today. I often repeat the same word even before 2-3 years. But Hindus are not there. They are the Sanatana Dharmis, they are the origin. But still, the thought was telling, Bharatiya thought was telling that there is, through time creation takes place. Through space it conducts itself. That's all the secret is. And the first step to ego is your breath, the air outside, your breathing. That's all the ego is. So this has been told by all the serious saints and avatars of the past. We have idolized them and kept them separately. If this is not Vigyan, what else is Vigyan? If this is not science, what else is science? It's origin of theory of motion, theory of even explanation to existence. If this is not going to be the science, what is the science going to do with this world? Then comes other religions. I've already told that in the Old Testament, New Testament, everywhere that is only. The word was created, the word, in the beginning there was a word and it created everything. The word is world. In Quran also I was often telling you, there is a reference only to this. Allah is the all-knower and through time He creates. And it specifically tells, it seems, in the Quran that though these people will be rewarded who are righteous and who are God conscious. They call those things as surah, and various chapters are named differently. And there are various shlokas like verses in which it clearly tells time, creation, Allah the all-knower. It's only the name, milk, leche, pal, halo, it's only the name. The qualities of the pal and halo is not negated. Man finds out how to increase it, how to double it, how to give more hormones and get more milk, and he just troubles the existence, and then he feels that it's all right. He has to ban the painkillers, he has to do this, he has to do that. And the illiterate and developing people will not know all this. So if this is going to be what answer it is, the religions are teaching the same, but the tones are different, the words are different, and the languages are different, and each one calls the other mlecha, kafir, and puppies, something like that. We are going on creating differences in humanity so that the religions are not getting united. Whose mistake it is? It's not an armchair philosophy, but we have to go back to this. We have to come in the street and tell us, relax first. Well, first we should have a World Forgiveness Day. Let all the people get pardon from God. One day it should be there. Instead of creating an Independence Day, Krishna Jayanti, these are all very important to know your ideals. Similarly, Parents' Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, and so many diseases are also now named. This day, that day, this, to make humans aware and get fear of those diseases more than helping others. He already gets the first shock, then he is going to give help to others. So this kind of things are going on. Instead of all this, one day we will say that World Forgiveness Day. Come on, all of us, all the religious followers, so-called religious leaders, so-called people who create trouble, who don't create trouble, who want peace, let all of them stand together and get pardon. Oh God, in whatever name they want to call, let them call their God and say, God, pardon us, we will not trouble others from now onwards. A person or anyone who can join all these people and say that instead of praying for peace, 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 let us first repent what they have done to the world. Let them not repent, at least ask for pardon. Come on, let us not trouble any others. Everyone is same. When Quran says this, when Bible says this, when Bharatiya thought, which is not named Vedas, say this, what is the trouble? Why should we create another trouble? So let us ask for pardon. So once the World Forgiveness Day starts, then the day of peace starts. Till such a time, it's going to be ideals. clashing with each other. What is going on in this world today? They have so much of nuclear uranium. These people have this much. These people have that much. These people have that. This is how the blaming is going on. They may hurt us. It's in their mind. They may not. That's different. If they hurt, if they don't hurt, why should we say this through our words? They have this much stock. They have this much stock. They have this much stock. They are trying this. They are trying that. Trying to poke into others' freedom itself is first offensive. It's not defensive. But if you are going to unite for constructive purposes, it's beautiful. So I can ask easily, so sir, what do you have in your kitchen? Suppose I ask. He may say a gas stove, he may say micro oven, he may say electric refrigerator, and then I may ask further, what else you have? There are vegetables, there are packed foods and all. Then what else you have? Some crockeries. Okay, what else you have in crockeries? No, crockeries, all those dishes, cups and all, a few knives to cut, a few forks to eat the fruit. And in India we have this armamane, what do you call that, armamane? This kind of cutting knives. So many things everyone will tell. Then I can't blame that fellow who creates this. I have so many knives and forks because I have more parting business in my home, and he has less forks and knives, and the other may have 100. He is a big bangla owner. He may have 100 knives. So that doesn't mean that they are going to kill each other. They can, but they will not. So we will not blame that this fellow has this much, this much, this. First, let us understand who runs all this, who has given that power of creating all this. So this unites people so that we will not blame others just because they are possessing a few things. Everything is conducted properly, but let us not kill ourselves because it's a problem for the nature to recreate another Jandu, evolution. It's a big problem for the creator. Anyhow, it's going on, but the day should come when we should stop, get united, and let us not blame that how many knives others have. We also have knives, so we are using it for peaceful. We hope so. So let us not create incitement. Let us not create excitement in the minds of others, so that they will take the knife and come out and all. Then there will be a problem. Then there will be a civil war at home. It's all problems. So let us relax and say that everything is all right. Everything is perfect. So the problem is the whole set of rules, jurisdiction, medicine, everything is going on hearsay only. It's all not based on truth today. So if man can create this much law and medicines, nature can create bountiful, more beautiful things. The law of man can be planned, can be dealt with, whereas the law of God cannot be dealt with by escaping, by giving fees, by giving a penalty. You can't escape. But there is only one way to come over it, by surrendering, by paying respect, by saying that you are great, pardon me. Even if a person is about to be hanged, President has the right to say that he need not be hanged. That is the only absolute last hope beyond jurisdiction, beyond everything. Similarly, the President of the world, CEO, whoever it is, the God, if you can just ask through repentance, okay, it's all over, let me not suffer anymore. Come on. If that can be done, it's the best petition, and that is what is the petition God is waiting for. He is ready to do all this if that kind of surrender is there. But everyone is afraid of this mukti word, mokshava, muktiya. He always says, go, till when that will be going on. There also he needs mukti only, Wherever he goes, he should be free to choose. Ellaru ade tintare andre ivaru ade tinodu. Ellaru ee tara kutkoltare ade kutkollodu. If that is going to be, there also is, where is the mukti in all this? Mukti means just coming out and seeing from a distance and choosing. Jivan mukti means you get out of your mind and body, watch what you are thinking, watch what you are doing. It's just a liberation into a witness state. So if there is a headache, don't get more information about headache. Can you see your headache? Then see your mind. Then be a witness. This mind and headache will run away. But for that you need rest. You can't say that I am having that meeting, this meeting, that meeting. Then you are negating your own thinking and being a witness. For that you have to relax. And you should not say a thing that you have to get rid of your own headache first. Then others' headache are already there. You have to go and work, all those things. Because of this, I will suffer more headache. I will escape from this through this. So this is what man is doing, confusing himself. Instead of coming out of it, he gets caught into it. So law of karma, law of devotion, and law of jnana. These three laws are more forceful. The law enforcement authority is Sakshat God. So he can force all this into man. Small time other man-made laws we always create to deal with it. That's all. In whatever way we want. But in these three you need not be caught. Each one teaches you to be above. Face it and come above. Face it and come above. Unless I know that this is distinct from me, why should I identify and indulge in that? First law of karma should teach me that I am trying to do something. Isn't it? This is the law of karma. Then if there is a reaction, my intelligence will say that, yes, there is a reaction. Then I can prefer to do it or not do it. That preference is also given. So through what? My mind is always doing a lot of work, wavering here and there. And put it in the ekagrata chitta level, one-pointed level, through devotion, do bhajans or do something. Today, instead of Atma Darshan, Akhanda Devi Darshan. What do you call? Akhanda TV. We need not teach people. Akhanda Swami Darshan is always there. Ekagrata chitta eyes never goes out of TV. They run to kitchen, they run to open the door, they don't know. 1, 2 eyes are always on the TV, but they walk this side, that side. So this Ekagrata chitta also need not be taught. Everyone is having it. Drik Drishya Viveka only is missing. What is seen, who is seeing, only that is missing. Otherwise, constantly eyes are fixed on TV. And Ekagrata chitta, what happens to Miss Leelavati is more important than the visitor, her mother, this fellow's headache. That Leelavati should not weep. And she should weep so that I can also weep. So then you understand this. It's a great fixation, wrong fixation through human eyes. That's why I am more concerned about children, because they are growing faster. So I see every child is hyperactive. It sees the TV and goes and switches on, increases this, opens something and does something. Even that kind of darshan also it doesn't take. Tries to do something, tries to do always something. So if a sight can pull such children into this kind of activity, we can't teach them even to sit. They can't sit. Maybe after a lot of trouble, they may try to sleep, but in sleep I find that many children are talking only. They don't sleep. Always they are talking. These are all wrong orientations, because our forefathers believed in money than values. So in each there is a corruption. Each activity of man there is a corruption. There is an intelligence working. There is a wrong way of approach to the world. So this corruption has stopped God being from active through righteousness just before 10-15 years, not now. Now it's Dharma's rule. It is power of righteousness which will always win, which is winning. So why I am saying corruption is, everyone wants to get more than what he requires. Everyone wants to, instead of fulfilling, suppose there is a thirst, he can get water and finish it off. How many more are there? So if I get thirst next 5 minutes, these calculations, I don't know whether it's common sense or not. This leads to corruption of mind. But he becomes totally spiritual. God does everything, I will not do anything. That's also wrong. It's not spirituality. The spirituality is in mastery. in exhibiting your mastery over everything. That is the spirituality. Only this Kendra teaches you how to be in that silence. At the same time, be active, like Shambhavi Mudra, no? Active without indulgence. But there are hundreds of gurus, teachers, avatars who have told this, you may tell. But they either they are taken wrongly, or the interpretation of their words are wrong. Maybe. Today's teachers, they teach you rituals, karma. Today's teachers teach you devotion, bhajans, anything, devotion to God. Today's teachers teach you big subjects which tries to give you jnana. But who teaches you that there is an existence? This is totally unconnected. What you receive through your ears and your working of mind is not connected to the real spirituality, which is starting from existence, where all these words stop. So this is where we, as Kendra people, we are different. We start with existence. When all knowledge, education stops, we start there, and we try to tell you that from here you be the master. You have to walk, you have to, if you are a dancer, dance, if you are a singer, sing, if you are going to do this, do. But are you doing it, or are you being pulled into doing it? This is the test. Where to escape from getting pulled, they go to this levels of other levels of mind and intellectual analysis. Whereas we say that that's not needed. Do that fully. If you are a dancer, dance, but don't connect your mind. That's a beautiful dance of Shiva. There's no mind, but the dance is perfect. Whereas all other dancers have to follow the rules. They have to, their mudras should be proper, their eyes should be exhibited properly, and that should go through the system of the Natya Shastra. It's very nice for a person who wants to be perfect. But a perfect person can exhibit naturally the same thing. Understand? That is the difference, basic difference between the teachings of the Kendra and other things. We are not teaching also. It's an exhibition. Pradarshana. See, any activity, if I teach you, if you do it, you have to see whether, according to me, you are doing. That is not what I wanted. Where is your soul in that? But at the same time, immediately you should not become negative. I will not do what Guruji says. That also is another type of perversion. What I wanted to do is an exhibition. It's your soul power which exhibits outside. I need not teach you, Shiva. If you tell this, I'll tell, no, not that. She, then you will say, she. But the power of you should come out, Shiva. There's more power than getting to learn devotion and try to practice devotion. Even in jnana, Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, then what is this one? What is this Advitiyata? Then how the world will attract? If a barking dog comes near me, what will I do? Is it covered by the same Atma? Huh? I feel that everywhere only barking ducks are there. Whether it is ducks means not real ducks. Whichever tries to howl, whichever tries to create a sound in you, asking you to react, is nothing but a barking duck. So don't question. Ekameva Advitiya Brahma need not be questioned. It should be. It's not even in the transitory field. It's beyond. So this Kendra tries to tell you, be existence, then you are full in devotion. Jnana is your playwright. It's not even it need not be even acquired. It should come. Whatever it's jnana. You need not learn it. And whatever you do is perfection. You can throw a doll out, or you can create a doll. You can do this. You can do that. But you don't connect or indulge. It's just for you to play with the world. So this is where the real, if at all there's something should be told to outside world, it should be this. So this is, if at all there is a brand or copyright, this is that. If you can't do it, if you have still the sense of ego, I told the word, pay respect, build faith and surrender. So paying respect cannot be asked, pay me respect, it is not that. So this should come naturally. Paying respect means it's the work of art. Even in the political field today, and who are inspired and who inspire others, such people when they walk, irrespective of different political parties, irrespective of different ideologies, irrespective of different personalities, when they come, it is the mark of their character. It's the mark of their life. When they come, even though they are a little immobile and they walk slowly, you feel like just getting up and saying, you can't even say, it's beyond. Such powers we have in India today, which can't be negated. His words may negate another ideology, his words may. You understand, no? The strength of character, strength of power of life. If this cannot be respected, what else can be? No other person is there in the world today, except in India, a few like this live. So the days are which are coming, wants us to be righteous without our even thinking, want us to be God conscious without even our mental games. I often tell you, because such people exist, still world lives. There are humans still living. If these people are going to be disrespected, or if these people are going to be questioned, troubled in any small way also, it's better let the humans, let them decide for themselves. It's very sad. In Tamil there is a saying, Nallar oruvar ularayil avar poruttu ellarkumam payum mazhai. If there is one person who is righteous, it's not a good person. Every person who interprets this says that if there is a good person, who is good? If food is good, motion is bad, urine is bad. So who is good? I am not talking about this good person. It's not the qualities he can tell outside or do outside or feel. This is not good at all. Allah, the righteous persons who believe in their character, dignity and stand direct. ಧರ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿರುವವನು, ತನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಫೈತ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿರುವವನು. If such a person is living, then he can commend nature, not a person who does or feels good. It's never. Everywhere in Tamil it's interpreted wrongly. Nallar, Nalvalvu means righteous life. I am dignified, self-dignity. So such persons, such people, we should pay respect. Nallar, one who has dignity, character, such persons. He only can be called as Nallar, good person. All others are mixture of good, bad and ugly. But don't question whether he eats, whether he does this, whether he walks, whether he sneezes. Hutch. No. This once again, this mind will start questioning. Pay respect. That's why I told, first pay respect, then you will not question. As I told, all these ideologies let us forget and pay respect. That is where the character of humans show an improvement. ಗೌರವಿಸೋದು ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಎ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ language of mind, language of words should be transported into language of silence. For that, first step is respect. Second step is surrender. Pay respect means surrender. Yeah. If you are all powerful, show me. Very simple thing. If these two are constantly there in the mind, I think problem of humans are solved. So ತೊಂದರೆ ಅಂತ ಇರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. It's just an existence every second. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಬಾಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಟಿಲ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. Yoga teacher is asked yesterday by a modern group. So does this all help? Yeah, you relax, you do this, but for this have we to become spiritual? No, you just practice this. It will look after itself. No, but you have sacrificed and you are doing all this. No, I go to movies, I see cinemas, I go to parties, I do that, I do. Why this lady explains all this? It's nothing connected with yoga or what message she is going to teach or trying to say. But the first sentence was itself, I take life as it is, as it comes. every second I undergo. The first statement was that, then she remembers and tells what all she has told, and through that it's one of the most popular visuals. So what happens is, lakhs of people who see it will think that by going to movies we will achieve that second, living in second. By going to partying we will, instead of driving home some other point, these people try to mislead. Are they, what they are trying to convey to people in the name of yoga? So let us understand that I have clearly told, let all these words be forgotten, mind be forgotten. You do, but do it with dignity. Do. Pass that second, that moment. That is possible in this way only. All other ways are good education. You can receive education. You can get a degree afterwards. ಯೋಗನ ಮರೆತು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದು ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ವಿನ ಒನ್ ಡೇ ಏಕ್ ದಿನ ಕಾಮಯಾಬ್ ಹೋಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. They should know what they are talking, and each one should not contradict others. They should be dignified and godly. Then they can say that there is nothing. Till such a time they are only teachers. They are trying to put some sense into people. By that they should not create nonsense. So they try to contradict other gurus, other Bhagavans, other this, other that. For that you should rise above the Bhagavan level, even the Creator's level, to say that till such a time what sense we are putting should be a sense of unification, not diversification. We should not, already we are divided. Why we should divide? The human race should be divided. And even all the people should now understand that it should be a spiritual evolution. We should not judge people by what properties they have, what we can get from them in the mental or physical level. Instead of that, let us turn to more truth orientation than all this. So understand all this, and you are already above all, but I have to frequently tell you a few things so that the world is such power, it's a bargain duck. We should not be afraid of it. Let it bark, it will never bite. If we think that it will bite, through vibrations it will start attacking us. So let us not go into the thinking level. We'll deal with it in a different level, with common intelligence. Very simple. So the teaching should be properly understood first by people. So a person should not misunderstand what his teacher says. Sarvam Brahmamayam, ellavanu devare nadastare, everything is done by God. It's very good. My saying is, don't take your eyes to be true, don't take the situation to be true, but deal with it. I am not saying don't deal with it. So there, what they told is also right. What I tell is, I am conveying both the messages. Be that, ellavu devarallare agide, but deal with it. That word is not understood. So when your wife falls out of giddiness, Allah devare nadastare bulli ante. If God decides, let her fall. So this is where I differ. Deal with the situation with general intelligence. Don't say that immediately your reflex should act and she should be stopped, if it can be. If God has decided, that's a different thing. If you can immediately deal with the situation without attaching your ego, it's a situation warranting your help. So I am trying to tell a different thing, and that is the right type of education. So let everything happen, let this happen, let that happen. It's all happening, but when you are saying it's happening, you are acknowledging that it is happening. So you have to react to it, because it's an action. So the reaction I am trying to tell in a different way. Instead of acting, you react. I am acting efficiently. No, you react efficiently. It's a totally different version I am giving. So instead of acting, let all your actions be reactions, so that you are not holding any action, doership. Then instead of thinking, reflect. There is nothing called mind in anyone unless he creates. I don't know about anyone, I am sorry. But still, there is only stuffed information from outside, which they think that their mind is wavering, thinking. So if you have to stop thinking, it can't be substituting your thinking. All those things are jugglery in the beginning. But can you reflect? So these are two great messages. The whole humanity will benefit from this. Instead of acting, react. Instead of thinking, reflect. So if these two can be done, then the doership falls by itself.
Even
I do, I think, that will fall by itself. It's only reflection, it's only reaction. Then dealing with the existence, your body, if it's hungry, you are putting some, if you have constipation, that has to be tended. These are all small things, you can deal with it very easily. Then what money you want, what work you want, everything can be done in the stage of reaction, then action. I have to do means I get tension. So you do this, someone is saying, I am reacting to it. Then there is a pace given to me, there is a space given to me. So react. You understand this? Instead of my rushing, doing with ownership, I say that yes, I am asked to. It's a great difference. It's totally different world it is. Then what you do is at your own pace, at a given space, things are done perfectly. Things you are not doing, it's done perfectly, reacted. Every work is perfect. So you take everyone seriously, but don't be serious, that's all. Your boss says, come within 5 minutes. But you have to see your own pace. If you have to reach Electronic City, it will take 5 hours. And that too after this, another, what do you call that? Over? Another over is coming. Huh? Over the over. What is that? Sky link. What do you call it? Sky flyover. Huh? If that also comes, then we have to, our bullock cart or our bullock will run better than us. It can reach the city and work for us. Huh? So, just because someone is trying to tell, we will not rush up. Those 5 minutes are very precious for us, for him also. So, our life is also more precious. So we'll have to work out and let his work be done because we are reacting to it. We are not acting, isn't it? It happens opposite in the Guru's or God's way. Don't react to them. You have to act. This is where man misunderstands. What to local bosses they say, okay. When some message is coming, no, I'll dress up and go. I'll let it take. I'll come after 10 minutes. For him, it is immediate. Now or never. He doesn't want afterwards. It's not. No, I'll dress up. I can't look like this. Then let my mind be steady. Otherwise, he will get angry. These preparations, it was not required. It's just a call. It's something like Marana. It's something like Janana. You understand? Now you take birth. You don't do cesarean for it in Guru's kingdom. Marana means this second or never. So that time you don't escape. But for all others, you have to react only. This is human race. So this is an example because we take it everything as universal. You know, our feeling is universal. So God is also in one of the objects. But I am trying to say that God is the existence and beyond existence. So that is different. That dealing is not your dealing. It's not even reaction. It's a beautiful, respectable surrender. If at all there is any action. There is no action also in that. It's a respectable surrender. There is a beauty in running without knowing that I am running. So such is the power of world, such is the power of word, such is the power of silence. So let us understand and let us be a flower in the lake of God. Thank you for hearing me. ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ our interaction ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ? 2 questions will deal. Any question not pertaining to this also. Grace. Let me understand this question more. For what grace is needed? Here I often say that even a small pain like a headache is the grace of God, because it tries to tell you that you are having a head. So if that is going to be known as suffering, then what is grace is only a soothsayer's words, or it's only a parihara, it's only a padding, what you call, you are putting fermentation to forget your own pain, Maybe if that is called grace, that is not grace. Grace is what I told, if Nalla, if today all the humans are existing because of this. But if anyone wants the grace, what for he wants the grace? What he is suffering from, let him identify. I feel that no one suffers from anything. But if he feels, then I told you the words, a few words, just 100% faith, respect, then it happens in a task. In a different word, with European devotees, I explained the power of prayer is something like water being sent to cloud. If the clouds send back the rain to the same water and land, we call it grace. But the all other things are just what you call a gift. Suppose suddenly one gets promotion, it's all a gift, people say. But I think that it's also a reaction according to theory of karma, or according to what I have done before. It comes back to me. There is nothing given without measurement. But if God wants, He erases all the sins. That's the power of Agni. Or He creates many things, bounties, power of water. And He can make anything very fertile and change the time. That is the power of earth. So if God wants, if that is called grace, that is completely in the hands of God. Anything can be done at any time. I should not ask for it. That is the trick of the grace. But if you feel intensely being unsteady and not having any hold on you, maybe I am not there, let that be done, then God takes over. You understand? So I am starting a 100 meters race, suppose. But I run very slowly. But any moment I should say that, come on God, I am not there, but I have to finish. I have to at least run these 100 meters. Then the power of God takes over. Till you are running, what you have drunk, what you have energy food you have taken, what glucose you have taken, what tablets you have taken, that should make the running for you. It's a local energy which is focused in various points in the anatomy that makes you run. But suppose you are capable of running and you are not running, something like examination, we forget many times. At that time, come on God, I am not there. Possess me, hold me. Not possess me, hold me. Hold me and do what you want. Then immediately it happens. Maybe that is grace. All other things are descriptions of grace. You understand? This is a little deeper, but if I want to make you happy, then I can say, you want auto, you will get it. You want car, you will get it. You want promotion, you will get it. If this is grace, I think God need not work for giving all this. He is brought to such levels. By 100% of the religious people today is brought to such levels. God should not be like this. God should not be asked to do what we want. But He should do. He should hold us. And He should make us happy. That's why I told in the song also. Santosha, Karma Bandhana, Nashana. Then what else I told? Ananda. These things are power of grace. Then it's always running. 100 times. Is it difficult? One is from the point of truth. From the point of a devotee, I was trying to tell you the secret. Instead of asking for this, can you lose yourself? Lose that identity. Then God takes over. You should have something to hold, You are holding that I want. Instead of that, can you lose that? You are. Then the grace happens. You challenge. It just happens. There's no, one more second is not given. It's immediate. If that is grace, that is the grace. All other things are bartering God for something. I don't know whether I should call it grace. I can call it gifts. But that gifts are also counted because what you have to get in your 60th year is predestined and given to you now. Maybe. That's all gifts. Grace is this. Then whatever you have, you are designed and you have to get, it will be given. And it will be a beautiful floating. That's why I told you, a flower does not feel anything. It just even does not hold the bottom of the water. It's happy to be in the water. It doesn't fear to get drowned. It exists. That's the best example of grace. This is a real thing, but if you want, I can tell so many things in a very low tone. That all, even in the last week I told, Rogartho Mucheda Rogat, Baddho Mucheda Bandhanat, Bayan Mucheda Bitastu. These are all, if a person suffers from Roga, by reciting this sloka, he will get away from Roga. One who is bound, if he feels he is bound, he will get away from the bondage. One who feels afraid, he will get away from fear if he recites this sloka. Vedanta ko Brahmana syat, Brahmana will get Vedanta, go sadhus. Kshatriya Vijay Bhaved, the Rajas will get victory. Vaishyo Dhana Samruddha, the Vaishyas, money mongers, money seekers will get money. Shudras Sukhama Vapniyat, Shudras, one who seeks pleasure will get pleasure. These are all already given. But are you in the sloka mode? Sloka means, he says in the Sangraha, Soham Ekena Shlokena. The same sloka is told, Soham Ekena Shlokena Stuta Eva Na Samstuta. Stuta Eva Namostute. Whole Vishnu Sahasranama, when it is condensed, it is told that Soham Ekena Shlokena. This whole shloka is condensed, not even in Sri Rama 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 Namam, Sri Rama Rama Rameti, but Soham Ekena Shlokena. Vishnu is running my life, or I am Vishnu. Sa eva aham, saivaham, nacha drishya vastu. If this Soham Bhavana is achieved, I think, then Rogartho Mucheda Rogat Bhatha Mucheda Bandhanat, Vedanta ko Brahmana Syat, everything follows without any ownership. It's all a beautiful cosmic run. The projector does not worry which film it runs, isn't it? So till such a time we are in another field. Everything is assured. We need not get rid of Sukham, money, or success, or moksha. All these four are already assured. But are you with Soham? Any other thing? All of us understood? पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति।